talk today about this book, The Way of the Superior Man, and this is going to be a book series. I believe every guy should read this for sure. When I was in a relationship, when I was out of a relationship, and just before I was getting into a relationship, and in general, just trying to find out your way and your navigation. It's a book that I always can come back to, and it has helped me. It is one of those books that, like I said, I keep coming back to, and I feel like the more I gain knowledge in life and the wisdom that is bestowed upon me, there is a feeling that I can get deeper with the book, and I feel like every guy should read it. And particularly for me, being I would say a typical nice guy, people pleaser type of guy, it has helped me understand and to take more ownership of what it is I want in life and the direction that I want to go in, without losing, in a sense, my heart and all that stuff. Because I always kind of struggle between the two, between going in with what you want, but also not losing the niceness about you, essentially. I coming from the side where guys are just more typically people pleasing and more nicer. So when I came across this book, it was just incredible. So yeah, the chapter I want to talk about today is about number 7, and it's your purpose must come before your relationship. And the reason that this chapter is so vital for me and was really important and like for my journey was a lot of the times in relationships, in my own relationships, I had prioritized the relationship over what it is that I want in life. Just because I wanted the female that I was with to be good, to be okay, to be super happy. And it's a really funny realization, because recently I've realized that as much as I had done this, I feel like some guys tend to do this, the kind of like people pleaser, nice guy type of guys, is that we kind of unconsciously feel this need to do it. And there were also, in this relationship, I felt there were also moments where I knew she was not asking for this. But it had been such a habitual habit to make this person happy and to make this person good, above my own happiness and goodness. And when I say above my own happiness and goodness, I don't mean like I was only ever just looking after her and taking care of her. It was more like I was more concerned of her perception of me than my own perception of myself. That was huge. That was insane, and that was wild to figure out. And the whole time, like I said before, she's not asking for this. She's just doing her thing. And there was just a tendency for me to try to... And the funny thing was, every time you kind of gave up what you felt like you wanted in order to please this person, which didn't ask for it, you almost felt like you're sacrificing a part of yourself. You're sacrificing a part of yourself, and this other person doesn't know that you're doing that. And it's almost like I was looking for some, hey, thank you for not going to the gym today. Thank you for not coming home early. Thank you for not doing these things. And those things weren't, I wouldn't say appreciated. They weren't, you were sacrificing something that someone didn't want. So it's almost expecting some acknowledgement. And yeah, it's funny. Obviously there are nuances in what I'm saying, and there are moments when someone's going to appreciate what you're doing for sure. But when you're giving to take, because you're basically giving in order to receive, it's also a form of taking, which I didn't realize it was until later on, which is insane. So I just want to read this a little bit here, and we're going to talk about it, and we're also going to talk about if you actually start with finding your purpose, 4 key ways on how to find your purpose, which have helped me impactfully, which has helped me in a major way. So, every man knows his highest purpose in life cannot be reduced to any particular relationship. If a man prioritizes his relationship over his highest purpose, he weakens himself, disserves the universe, and cheats his woman of an authentic man who can offer her full, undivided presence. Now, this is such an interesting concept. I think it's so interesting to talk about, and it's so funny that we do this, or I did this. And it's that there's a certain type of being you are before you get in a relationship. There's a certain way you do things, and there's just a person you've been, right? You're like doing your thing, you're working on yourself, you're really committed to your goals, whatever your vision in life, whatever that is. And this woman that you meet is attracted to that, fully attracted to that. And the funny thing is, I don't know how about you guys, but a lot of the times when I get into a relationship, I kind of change that thing. Maybe it always changes, but it changes really drastically sometimes for me, where it's almost like you stop doing this thing that she attracted to do this relationship thing, where I was then prioritizing the relationship more than the things I actually wanted. in order to make this person feel happy. And then it kind of feels weird because she might say something like, you're not calling me enough, or you're not spending enough time with me, or something like that, right? And on the surface, guys, it sounds like for sure she's saying that. And I believe, and she's also saying that, right? But the book also talks about it, and it talks about actually in this moment, what she's saying is that she feels unloved from you. She feels less present from you. Maybe she feels less drive from you. She feels less commitment. She feels less purpose. Maybe because you're so, so the reason I say this is because I felt like I became so ambiguous, that's a word. I felt so unknown to what it is I want by prioritizing the relationship. Also using the relationship as an excuse to do the hard work in order to fill out my mission and fill out my purpose, and to even find out what my mission and purpose was. I was totally using this. And the moments that you have with each other almost feel a bit like, meh. An annoying sense of like, I don't know where it is I'm going, I don't know what it is I want in life. And I'm with this person, and they can also sense and feel that. And they can also sense and feel that when you give up who you want to be in order to please this person, which just feels weird, man. And it's all happening on this like kind of funny surface level of relationship, kind of a little bit deep, but it's kind of happening here where you're taking for face value what is being said and what is being. Obviously, communication is important, but it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than what people say. And for me, this chapter was just so important about like just not losing what it is that you want, you know, in order to please this person that's not even asking for it. They actually want you to do the thing that you want. That's the funniest thing ever. That's the craziest thing ever. Yeah, and if you're struggling with how to find your purpose, these are some ways where I've figured out has helped me so much reconnect with the things that I want in life. And the first thing is, guys, silence. There is a feeling I feel when we're in our normal day of life and normal stresses and everything, we kind of operate kind of like here in our, I'm just going to say here, this brain space, right? You're doing your tasks, you're doing your duties, you're doing your shopping, all the stuff, you're just doing normal human stuff, right? And then you might spend some time in your free time on Netflix, or you're on Instagram, you're on Instagram Reels, and you kind of just stay on the surface level of mind where you're just operational. Now, I have been to quite a few silent day retreats, and each time I go on these silent 10-day retreats, they remove all of these things. So it removes work from the stress of work, just in general. It removes all your phone, it removes all communication from the outside world, it removes all writing and reading and watching things. So you're then left to spend time with yourself, and it's such an amazing, beautiful time. So ask yourself, which I do a lot of the time, well, what is it that I want, and where is it that I want to go? Because in this moment you get connected to a deeper sense of who you are. Not even deep. That's no longer here on the surface. The TikTok, the Instagram reel, the YouTube video that tells you what your purpose is. There's a deeper sense. Like even this YouTube video, it's only going to point you to go towards silence, so you can figure out for yourself, because you actually know your purpose is within you. There's a reason why we have desires and we want things and we like things, right? And when we remove all the garbage, when we remove all the clutter, you get connected to a point of yourself where you can really ask questions about where is it that I want to go, and where is it that I take my life, and what is pretty here to make. I'm here on the planet, and I'm here to experience life. What are the things that I would love to create? What's a beautiful painting that I could make? What is it? What looks pretty right now to me? Because those things are they're so specific to you, and only you know what they are. How can a YouTube video tell you what you want? It's impossible. They can only point you to for you to go inside. So yeah, silent retreats have been massive for me figuring out my purpose and finding out, not even my purpose or my deepest purpose, but just finding out what it is that I want in life. This one kind of ties into silence. The next way to find your purpose, number 2, is take yourself out of your current environment, aka holiday. But not like a Ibiza party with the boy. If you want, do that. If that's what it's calling you, go for it, go crazy. But if you can take yourself out of your current environment and go somewhere else, again, you don't have to necessarily be in silence, but you're removed from your normal day-to-day activity of work, of talking to people, of your own routines and your own habits that we've fallen into or have built. Now, I recently had this experience when I went to Mauritius with my family, and again, the feeling of kind of like purpose and meaning came up, and I had a lot of time with myself and obviously with my family and just doing things, but I tried to take a lot of time just for myself. I wasn't in silence, but I was taking up that time for myself, and I was completely in a different environment, and I could really start to ponder and think, what is it that I really want right now, and where am I going? And a lot of things came clear in this moment. A lot of things came clear that what I'm doing here in Germany isn't exactly aligned with my highest vision or my true calling or what it is I really, really, really want. Also, another thing, guys, when sometimes we do a certain thing in order to fill a certain purpose, right? But then we burn out this purpose, and then it's almost like we need to orientate ourselves to the new calling and the new purpose, but we're still holding on to this pattern that had gotten us so far. And it's important to recognize that, and then to let go of this thing that used to serve, which we could feel scary, in order to figure out where we're going now. That's such a vital piece of information. I hope you guys can get that one. Okay, the next one, third way to find your purpose, which I love, love, love this one. And it's called Follow the Breadcrumb of Joy. Follow the Breadcrumb of Joy. I got this concept from Benigno Macerano, I think his name is. He talks about this concept of following the thing that lights you up the most. And I know it can sound really cliche, follow your joy, follow your bliss, and only do the things that you want. It's way deeper than that. It's just, there are times and moments where something really lights you up, and for some reason we don't do those kind of things. And sometimes it can be big life decisions that's leading you somewhere, sometimes it can be quite small. I know when I met my ex-girlfriend in London, and we fell in love, we got together, and we were coming to Germany, we wanted to open a coffee shop. That felt like the most funnest, joyful thing I could do in the moment. That felt super aligned in it. The coffee shop never ended up working, but I ended up becoming a photographer in Germany. And it's almost like by following that breadcrumb, or what I thought was the most joyful thing to do in the moment, it led to something really beautiful. I'm not sure if this 100% works, but just every time I've done it and I've been in tune to those moments of joy, it has led to something really special. Recently, I just wanted to take photos and post it on Instagram about my week and stuff, and that has also been fun and joyful. And it gave me a sense of, this is really cool. Life is really cool again. And yeah, there are just moments when there are just little things that really call you. And I feel like we all have a divine meaning and purpose in life. And when we really tune ourselves into those things that we really want to do, it's almost like I feel like that's leading you to something way more beautiful and way more special. If we have the courage to listen to it, and if we have the courage to do it. So yeah, follow the breadcrumb of joy has helped me for sure finding my purpose. Now the last concept I want to talk about in helping you find your purpose, which has helped me on a massive scale, more than any of the above, but the above also help. The thing I've felt to be really, really impactful is getting a sense of spirituality. Now, when I say spirituality, it can mean literally anything. It can mean reading the Bible, it could be reading the Quran, it could be practicing whatever it is that you practice. If it's prayer, if it's meditation, if it's yoga, just get a sense of the deeper meaning of life. Get a sense that we're on a planet, we're on a ball, actually let's say ball, we're on a ball in the middle of space going absolutely nowhere. We think this is normal. Maybe it's too incomprehensible that if we really ponder it, it gets too scary and we just can't make sense of everything, that we just don't contemplate it. But when we really just consider that we're on this planet, spinning in the middle of space, everything here is kind of perfect for life to exist and to do its thing. There are no other life forms of yet that we know of in our solar system on these other 9 planets. For some reason, this planet is just perfect for vegetation to grow, for water to be here, for us to be talking in a camera on YouTube, for maybe you listening to a video that's on YouTube right now. There's so many things that are happening, and it's almost like, why are we even here? What's the deeper meaning? Is there a sense to any of this? Is it meaningless? Which is also quite deep. Why is it that we even are able to think? Why is it that we're able to even be conscious of this moment right now? And for me, it's just been massive, and just understanding, like there is a deeper, I feel there's a deeper sense to all of this. There's a profound, again, it could be nothing, I can never know, but the sense that everything is almost so freaking perfect, like absolutely perfect. The fact to exist almost feels perfect. There are problems, of course, there are issues, for sure, but your heart is still beating, regardless of those issues, perfectly, until the day you die. What is that about? What is the thing that, how a baby is made and born? Obviously we know how they're made, but the whole process of that is life going in life. When you put seed into dirt, yeah, and then rain which comes from the sky, yeah, which is built into the system, pours water on a place where there is no water for this vegetation to grow out, of which we eat for our survival and make weird, random, amazing Kinder Buenos out of them or whatever. It just feels too complexly. What the hell is going on here? Is this paradise or is it hell? I don't know. What is that about? For me, it just blew up everything. And the only thing I keep coming back to when I get a deeper sense of the meaning is that we're somehow all connected. And at the end of the day, I just want to be a good person and do good things. When I really come down to it, I don't need to be so attached, but at the same time, be committed to being here. So finding balance. This whole thing, the last one's going to sound like a complete paradox, which I can totally understand. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's going to be the book series of The Way of Superior Man. And that's it. Take care. Peace.